Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Admiral Stavridis. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Arlene Segudas, the Dean of the College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, who will present the President's Award winner. Excuse me. Michaela Rael has long known that she wanted to be a music teacher. Thanks to the encouragement of her high school choir instructor and family, she had pursued that path and graduates today from Metropolitan State University of Denver with her degree in music education. It's through her passion for music education that she's helped countless children in Denver and beyond find their voice. Even as she earned a 3.77 GPA, Michaela dedicated an impressive amount of her time to volunteer work. She spent the past 2 summers serving as a volunteer music teacher in Puerto Rico and Ecuador and completed an internship at El Sistema, Colorado. She also lends her time at local organizations such as the Denver Rescue Mission, Metro Caring, and Food for Thought Denver. Please welcome the Fall 2019 President Award winner, Michaela Rael.
Hello, graduates and loved ones of the class of 2019. I am honored and humbled to be standing here before you on this momentous occasion, and I'm especially grateful for the presence of my beautiful family over there. 23 years and I have never known a day on this earth without your love and support. There is not a chance I would ever be standing here without you, and I love you. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Michaela Rael. I'm a music teacher, as you just heard. My goal on this earth is to empower people to be in touch with their humanity so that it may influence them to positively affect the world around them. I hope I can offer you even an ounce of this. So besides the enormous riches and fame that come with the job, this is the reason that I teach music. I am thoroughly in love with the notion of human connection. I'm in love with the fact that you and I may be walking on opposite ends of campus, and while I'm on my way to Music Theory 4 and you're on your way to OChem, we may both be listening to Rivers and Roads on our headphones. I'm in love with the fact that my choir can go across the ocean and sing If You Love Me, and the community choir from the Italian town we're visiting can stand up and sing with us in 4-part harmony. I am in love with the fact that some nobody from Nashville can sing about the teardrops on her guitar, and 13-year-old me can listen to it on a loop crying same for hours on end. The way that I see it, music is the great connector. And even more than that, it makes my heart happy. Like over the moon, completely obsessed, happy. And now perhaps many of you are not in touch with this phenomenon. I've met countless people that come up to me all the time saying, "You're so lucky. I could never do that. I can't sing. I don't have rhythm." I don't know where we're taught these things, but I'm here to set the record straight. You not only have rhythm, you are rhythm. You are song. You are music. You have music in you, literally in you. So bear with me for a second. I do this with my students and they think it's weird too. Just go along. I would like you to take your right hand, everybody. Put it over your heart. Don't say a word, just close your eyes and listen. That is your song. That is the song of your life. It is built on all of the glorious and horrific things that have happened to you and that are happening to you right now. You may open your eyes. The world has a lot of noise that is telling you that you cannot or that you are not. But do you know how many cells are working in your body every single second of every single day to keep you alive? Are you aware that there are billions and billions of particles inside of you that are only concerned with one thing in all of their existence, and it's you? We are all experiencing this chorus of palpitations all the time. We have this fragile little metronome connecting us to life and to each other, and every single human on earth holds this song inside of them. Each of us is shaped by our experiences to discover just how we are going to sing along. There are moments when it pounds extra fast to the dazzling vocals of Freddie Mercury, and there are moments when it beats extra deep to the cries of a Lumineer ballad. Now, being a teacher of the arts is a very curious thing because, in summary, I teach people how to understand how to be humans, which is weird. Humans are messy because we have very complex emotions, for better or for worse. However, when the worst comes along, the average sane person in us responds with the defense of numbness, to block the pain and to protect themselves. But the artist, on the other hand, is a madman. When these situations present themselves to the artist, they dive in head first and feel the entire scenario up, down, and sideways. Now, feeling is scary, because feeling implies the whole spectrum of emotions, which can be not only daunting, but even dangerous. It can be so tempting to idealize numbness so that we cannot experience deep pain, but I promise you, in doing so, we permanently sever ourselves from knowing great joy. I do not stand here before you pretending to possess some divine wisdom that answers all of life's mysteries, but I am quite confident in this truth. My life is a whole lot fuller when I listen to the artist in me over the average person in me. This is true for the extremities of greatness and the extremities of sadness in my life. It was true the night of After Prom 2014, when a stranger became my very best friend by complimenting the scoliosis scar that I had desperately been hiding for years. When she knocked down my fortress of insecurity with one swift sweep of her unadulterated kindness. It was also true when I said goodbye to my students in Puerto Rico this summer, when I sat on the curb outside of the building and I cried my eyes out in a bustle of street chickens and very concerned pedestrians. When I allow myself to be the artist and feel life for all it has to offer, I get to be a very human human. These examples, of course, are significantly important ones, but I try to take this philosophy into the seemingly tiny moments as well. And by virtue of what I do, oftentimes these moments are musical ones. But I have found that I experience the same overwhelming sense of humanness when I hear the strings at the beginning of Hamilton, the same as when I see the Marvel logo flash across the big screen, the same as when my little baby cousins wave or say hi or do basically anything. And maybe for you, that moment, your heart song, is that when you get in your car at the end of a long day and that Ed Sheeran song comes on the radio and it's your first moment of peace. Maybe it's when you read your little ones to sleep at night because it's the longest time you got to spend with them that day. Or maybe it's the day you graduate college after years and years of working your tail off. Whatever it may be, let the humanness of your life be a song that you are absolutely obsessed with. You get to pick the timbre, the ornaments, the tempo, the style, so why not make it a good one? Rather than giving in to the noise of the world, give in to the artist that wants you to know how to be real and vulnerable and true. It's easy to default to numb. I know this because I've been there. When I was 16 years old, I had a sudden and traumatic spinal fusion surgery to amend a dangerous case of scoliosis. It absolutely knocked me down, physically, mentally, emotionally. I chose the path of numbness to protect myself from pain, anger, frustration, and in doing so, I removed myself from hope, joy, song. While I was writing this speech, I was trying to reflect on that dark chapter of my life when I stumbled across a journal I kept from that time. And among the pages of despair and hopelessness, I stumbled across an entry I had written from August 18th, 2013. It read, "Today I woke up and I felt my heart beating. It was beautiful." And I remembered this moment. After months of brutal recovery and very little progress, I had just stopped listening to the noise of the world telling me that I was disabled, the noise of my aches telling me that my health wasn't where it was supposed to be, the noise of my own void of silence, deafening numbness. I listened to the artist within that could find really intense beauty in such an ordinary moment. And all it took was my willingness to tune back into my own song. And that was it. I was completely struck and surprised, but I was lying there and I could literally hear this fist-sized hunk of flesh pounding, pounding, pounding in my chest. For the first time in almost a year, I was aware of all the pieces in my body working in harmony to keep me alive in all of their glorious imperfection. It wasn't dramatic or noteworthy. It was just human, and that was enough. I think that sometimes we feel as though if we aren't summiting mountaintops or crossing off stereotypical checkmarks of success, then we aren't doing anything worth celebrating. But that's just not the case. Being aware that we are alive is sometimes the only trophy we need. Once I let myself fall back in love with all the little happenings that make my heart beat, all of the pieces of me started to come back into focus. I just decided that I wanted to live my life for the moments where I could feel my heart beating. Simple as that. I think that my musical hero, Lin-Manuel Miranda, probably said it best with this gorgeous little lyric that I have written on my hat. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Numbness, apathy, indifference, they're the plagues of our world today, and I understand how daunting it can be to let the feeling in, but we lose our humanness when we lose our willingness to experience life in all of its terrible wonderfulness. And the more we embrace our humanity, the more connected and compassionate we become towards one another. We are all connected through this messy, terrible, beautiful mishmash of heart-beating moments. We know we're all trying to do our best, and just because you don't like my song, or just because I don't like yours, doesn't mean that we can't admire one another for the courage it took to risk making it at all. So when life gets heavy, I encourage you to tune back into your song, whatever it may be. When the going gets tough, turn on that Journey album, roll down your windows, and sing at the top of your lungs. And when all else fails, come back here. Take a moment and revel in your own masterpiece. Let it move you, affect you, inspire you, break you, and put you back together all over again. Because life is meant to be lived and not just had. I know for a fact for each and every one of you, the road to the seat you're sitting in was not an easy one. You care. You care a lot. And thank God that you do, because the world needs so much more of that. So much more of you. You contain symphonies, and they're only getting better by the day. So listen up and try to enjoy. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Miss Michaela.